Welcome to the second part of the third day. This time I want to start with the top game, not because I want to, because it just happens to be like this. This means we have Brazil competing against Thailand, the third against the fourth. There's just one single difference. While Brazil has 2 victories, Thailand only has 1 victory and 1 draw. But that doesn't mean at all that Thailand is the worst team. I actually believe that it is still one of the strongest of all teams, except if they compete against shooting teams, because they have 4 flyers in their team. Now let us see how Brazil will manage. Not that I didn't think they were that strong, but they have 2 victories already, so no underestimation here. Okay, Green Dragon puts it down pretty far on the spot. That is a victory, but oh, it's a draw. And there we have it again, the drawing of the Thailand team. It's working out very well. Alpha Cat against the Hydra. Oh, but of course, if you destroy a unit, then it's very difficult for the unit to draw in the next round. And another draw has been accomplished though. And this is a victory for Thailand. Air always beats water. Let's see what the last card shows. Oh, that is actually, it's the 5th position. So that is another draw. That means, woof, 3 points for Brazil only and 7 points for Thailand. Oy, oy, oy. They are really strong. I have to say, now I figure out slowly but surely which are the stronger teams, which are the weaker teams, and Thailand definitely is one of the stronger teams. So whoever got the draw against Thailand can be very happy about this result. But I've been very sure about some results already a couple of times, and then everything changed around dramatically, and this looks like Brazil definitely has at least 2 points. The Hydra against the Succubus, that is an okay draw, better for sure for Thailand. And that is a loss. The Alpha Cat wins against the Banshee. Boom, but it is out. Well, the Flying Piranhas though win against the Spirit card. They would have won anyway. Brazil's comeback, it's going a bit further now. 5 points so far. Black Energy Knight wins against Air. And that is the Firgal once again trying to beat the Green Dragon, which still isn't possible. That is 5 points for both teams, and Brazil is behind with 4 complete points. Looks like Thailand is about to win and overtake Brazil in the table. We will see in the very last round. Still, as I said already, 1 destroyed card is on the field. If the cards are laying right, then this can be a great advantage. But it's only the Alpha Cat, it's one of the weaker units which has been hit harder. And there's no direct clash except this one here. Yeah, and the Green Dragon definitely wins this. Banshee cannot destroy him anymore, it's the last round. There's 2 points coming back by the Firgal, and the Alpha Cat would have won this, so yeah, it was actually pretty good. And don't worry about our cats in the background. They're just having some fun, just as we have. Air Elemental wins against the Flying Piranha. And oh, the Hydra, only a draw against the Spectre. And the last battle, once again, the draw. The Black Energy Knight can get plus 5 points twice already in 1 duel. That's not bad. But look at the score. Thailand wins. 6 more points and only 4 points for Brazil. Thailand on the way to the top of the table. Now we come to our second game, which is Canada against South Korea. And Canada is on the bottom of the table on place number 16, if I just checked it out correctly. Yes, no, 18, sorry. 18 with 2 losses. South Korea could win and lose 1 game each. And I really think that Canada is much stronger than the table just suggests. So maybe they can try to have a comeback against the also very strong South Korea. No direct clash at all. That's also not happening that often. So very curious what will happen. The beholder! Oh no. He has the flying ability. That doesn't help him, at least only in one little round. He gets +2, but the jellyfish pixie destroys him. Inuin cannot hold up with the water elemental, which has power 9 already, thanks to the jellyfish pixie. The Orc Archer would love to shoot down a flying card, but the Necromancer is definitely not flying and just wins. The Shana wins against Melody because there's just simply no non-elemental cards. So the final card will decide who wins the first round. Oh, I forgot the Doomer. Maybe the Doomer is really not very helpful in the end, although he destroyed the Harpy now, but that is 6 points for South Korea and only 4 for Canada. Yeah, the Doomer, that might be a big reason that Canada is actually so far behind in the end, because the Doomer is just like, yeah. Although he won a duel in the game before, I remember this because it is just happening so little amount of times. Yeah, but oh yeah, by the way, Doomer is one unit which can give Melody a couple of more points eventually. So, Canada's new setup. Will they win? Will they lose 3 in a row? At least we will give the Water Elemental some points for the victory against the Beholder, but the Beholder is back now. At least that for Canada. Inuin wins against the Jellyfish Pixie, but the Jellyfish Pixie, yeah, destroyed a good card. The Orc Archer loses against Melody. South Korea on their way to another, oh my god, point discovery. I mean, Doomer loses, of course, destroys the Necromancer, but is this really a water card? Yes, it is. That means even this is a win for South Korea. 8 more points. Oh boy, that might be it. Canada on its way to the 3rd loss in a row. There's hardly anything which can stop this outcome from happening. Oh, let me mix them both together. And wow, that is brutal for Canada. And South Korea is showing some ambition to belong up in the table and yeah, try to prove that they are one of the top teams here. And once again the Harpy is winning, but no! It's not happening the same way. Melody is a non-elemental card, so it's definitely not a spirit card. And a spirit card, which is not a spirit card, doesn't lose to an earth card. The other way around, the Inuin would have won. Oh, this is terrible. This is terrible for Canada. And this looks like a really super strong victory of the Beholder. He can get the only 2 points here against the Necromancer in this case, at least. And the Doomer and the Jellyfish Pixie destroy each other in the very last round. Oh, very unpleasant 21-9 for South Korea, and Canada still trying to get back on track somehow. And now we had a duel up in the top era. Now we have a duel in the absolute down below era, because England is fighting against the United States. England is set on position number 19, United States on 17. But there's one difference again. United States could at least draw a game, right? Is that the case? United States, yes. And England couldn't. They lost all their games so far. So this is, by the way, also a very important duel. Black Dragon against White Dragon, because the Black Dragon would win in this case. England and the USA tried to get out of the lower table. Let's take a look how this is going. So far so good for England. Bone Golem just wins against the mighty Krabarka, who was doing very good in the game before. Oh, Ogre Mage also wins against the zombie. The weaker cards are here. Now the stronger ones are coming. Black Dragon. And there we have this important duel. United States coming back, destroying the Bambi. Whoops. It is not there anymore, and that is what I call a brutal comeback. 6-4. Clearly Carrot Knight wins against the Voodoo Priestess, and the destroyed card is on England's side now. So, oh dear. Now, we can see 2 spirit cards in the US team, which can actually backfire for them if they go on the 4th spot. The worst would be if it would be the Black Dragon. Actually, yeah, England has a good point here, but it's not happening. The opposite is happening. Whoopsie, whoopsie, whoopsie. Guys, stay here, please. Yeah, they're so excited as they're fighting against each other out of the stage. Yeah, and the Carrot Knight wins again. Then Voodoo Priestess doesn't want this to happen and is going absolutely furious. White Dragon wins against the mighty Krabarka. He can shoot as much as you want. He is a water card. Air wins. And what a very important point for the Black Dragon against the Ogre Mage. And also the Sea Monster, but it cannot destroy anymore. That was the Bambi. I mean, would have been a win anyway. And the Bone Golem, last but not least, at least wins against the zombie. So it's 8 points, whoops, for England, and another 6 points for the US team, which is going to the course of victory. In the very last round, it was very dominating for the US team actually, although it looked so different in the very beginning. But now it might be over unless England can make the impossible happen. This looks like something could happen here, but not here maybe. No, we have it again, and this might be also the decisive battle between those 2 dragons. 4 points was the Black Dragon, which he could gotten from the White Dragon, so that was really good game. But Voodoo Priestess wins, a bit surprising for me, against the mighty Krabarka. And also the Ogre Mage wins here. Oh, the Bone Golem loses against the Sea Monster. Otherwise, this would have completely gone the wrong way for the US team. 6 points, that's 14 in the end against 4, but 16 points for USA. If this would have been the duel where England could have won, England would have turned around everything, but now USA is at least in the midfield, if not even a bit further again, and England has to try to really come back somehow, because at the moment 3 losses in a row. Now we're having an Asian duel. Japan against Vietnam. I actually have to check what is their table positions. Japan is on 9 and Vietnam on 11. Japan 2 draws and Vietnam won and lost the game. So the draw king, Japan against the Terrachi. A brutal duel with Vietnam probably in favor, but with all those fire cards, and here's already one of the earth cards, which is the Terrachi, but also 2 water cards, so this can go back and forth. Oh, I'm so interested how this will go out. 2 units clash against each other who cannot be destroyed, funny enough. And the werewolf is the one who is stronger in this case. But here we go. Is it a real fire card? It is. It is the Desert Rider beating one of the strongest units in the game, the Terrachi. Wow, what a battle. Desert Troll also wins. He doesn't even need the extra points against the Death Scarecrow. And the Air Ghost is not a fire card, and the water card is also not a water card. So this ends in a draw. The Air Ghost just flies away. And the Nightmare Golem wins against the Otter Warrior. Japan is leading with 7-3. I really never ever would have expected this to happen, but it just happened. Wow. Very, very interesting. Maybe Japan is on their path to their first victory. I actually really was seeing Vietnam in front here, but it's not over. It definitely is not over, but Terrachi has such a hard time here. Whoops, 1 card left. That's the Otter Warrior. He couldn't ever find a water card yet, unfortunately, so, and not even a fire card. I think he really has a very, very bad result overall. The Desert Rider this time, so important. Death Scarecrow wins by 1 point. And it's not a fire card. The Terrachi is winning. Shoots down the Air Ghost. What a plot twist out of a sudden. Once again, the werewolf is also winning. And this is not the water card. It's the Desert Troll who takes the last 2 points here. 11-9. Is it going to be super close once again? Is Japan out for their 3rd draw in a row? That would be something. Or can Vietnam actually come back and fight back and win the battle? Or can Japan hold it tight and get the victory through? All of this and more we will see right now. Oh, I am so curious how this will turn out. Let's see. Who will the Terrachi face? The Desert Rider once again. Such a brutal victory. Oh boy. And the Desert Troll wins against the Death Scarecrow. And the Highlander, 3rd time in a row, loses against the werewolf. It's not over yet. It's not over yet, but now it is over. Japan wins. Nightmare Golem just beats the Otter Warrior, and the Air Ghost once again has a draw against the Coral Golem. That is 18 to 12. Wow, Japan made it happen. And yeah, Vietnam is going a little bit down more with that strong team. And we're coming to the final battle of the 3rd day. It is involving Mexico, who is competing against Russia. And Mexico is on spot number 20. I was predicting it from the very beginning that Mexico might have a very hard time. And I'm surprised that Russia actually won their second game. They could have, they had a really great comeback. So, Mexico's trying everything to get away from the bottom of the table now and don't get the third loss in a row, just as Canada and England already have done. And Russia is trying to strive forward with another victory maybe. The Hill Dwarf wins against the Gnomeling. Oh boy, the Gnomeling has a terrible time. And the Giant Tree also wins against the Lizard Archer, Mexico. Pretty solid start here. And that's the Earth Elemental, and the Earth Elemental has so much power. 1, 2, 3, plus 8, power 11. And this is already decisive. The first round goes to Mexico, depending on how high they will win. No destroying units. Baphomet wins against the Dark Warlord. And the Basilisk wins against the Coal Sage. And here we have a destroyed unit. But it's on the very last spot, so it doesn't help the Dark Warlord at all. But then again, the Dark Warlord gains +3 power for every unit which is laying face down on the battlefield. And that is the case here. So this is actually pretty strong for Mexico in the end. Wow. Anyway, that is 6-4 for Mexico. First round over. So, is the Dark Warlord one of the strongest units in the game like this? We will see. Now, because you can normally only get +3 points because there's no, he is not. He is definitely not, but he gets +3 now. So that is good enough. Did I mix already? I will just do it one more time. I lost my track and just discovered something which I didn't think of before. We will see. Second round. The Giant Tree can get a draw against the Basilisk. I think that was pretty important. Although he's not there for the last and final round. Ah! Dark Warlord! Dark Warlord +3 and +3. It happened. I was wrong. For every unit which is laying face down on the battlefield, +3, that is definitely 10 points for the Dark Warlord, but Baphomet is flying, so it's a draw here. Yeah, but he turns out to be actually a pretty strong card. I never expected this. Maybe I should give him +2 points. Maybe Mexico isn't that bad. Hill Dwarf once again wins against the Gnomeling. And the Earth Elemental destroys the Druid. But Lizard Archer wins. Still 6 points go to Mexico. Only 4 points to Russia. Will Mexico gain their very first victory? Oh, I have to turn this one around. Because the Coal Sage is back in the game again. Couldn't win against the Lizard Archer, obviously, but he couldn't win against it anyway. And let's turn them around for the very last round. And Mexico's surprise victory, ? And this looks like a pretty good constellation for Mexico, although obviously the Gnomeling is winning. That is very good for Mexico, for Russia. Yeah, he would have won against the Giant Tree anyway. Finally, Earth Elemental is just shattering the Lizard Archer. Boy, is he strong. And the Druid wins against the Hill Dwarf. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Basilisk is winning. It's not over. Mexico, don't let it get out of your hands here. No! No destroyed unit is here. This is the victory for Russia. Oh, is this painful? Mexico, 2 points. Russia, 8 points. They win with 16-14 again. Russia with this unbelievable strong comeback. Oh, the pain. And out of a sudden, yeah, well, of course, it would be destroying here, right? So in the end, I have to make a destroying unit pack down even in the very last round, because this is important for the Dark Warlord. But 7 points are not more than 8 points, so the Baphomet just simply wins. And that was it. My gosh, what a game, what a match, what a duel. Let us take a look how it affected the table, and we also have a short summary of all the games together, and I will see you in a couple of days for round number 4. Have a great day.